Good morning, guys. I hope you all are well in this pandemic. Okay, so today we are going to start our new subject named with measurement and instrumentation. Okay, and this is the basic introduction. Okay, this is the basic introduction of the contents that we are going to discuss to cover this subject. These are the contents, we will discuss these contents, and these contents are really very important contents. Okay, where these are the very important topics. You have to go through the theory part, you have to go through the numerical part, both to gain the benefit of the examination. Okay, don't worry, we are going to cover the theoretical part as well as the numerical part in this series. Okay, so let me introduce you some uh, basic topics, like what kind of topics are very important in this measurement and instrumentation subject. Three branches will get definitely benefit from discussing these topics: electrical branch, electronics branch, and instrumentation branch. Okay, these topics are common and these topics have more weightage in the examination. Okay, first content is types of error. We will discuss what are the types of error available, like percentage limiting error, percentage gross error. How can we calculate by giving the like whenever the values are the resistance are given, whenever the combination is given, they are asking what is the percentage limiting error. They are asking what is the percentage gross error. How can we calculate? Okay, same formula will be applicable to power calculations also. Another one is analog meter. We will discuss what are the analog meters, like permanent magnet, moving coil. Let me draw this. In the types of error, we are going to cover percentage limiting error. Okay, percentage gross error, uncertainty. Okay, these three things we are going to cover. In analog meters, we will discuss what are the analog meters to measure the required values, like permanent magnet moving coil available, permanent magnet moving iron. Okay, in analog meters, we will discuss permanent magnet moving coil, permanent magnet moving iron. In the permanent magnet moving iron, we will discuss permanent magnet moving voltmeter, permanent magnet moving ammeter. Okay, in the permanent magnet moving coil, we will discuss with the diagram and we will discuss. We will also solve the numerical. Okay, then we will discuss range extension of voltmeter and ammeter. Whenever there is a voltmeter whose actually highest value, the voltmeter can highest measure the value like 100 volt. Now you want to find out, you want to measure the value of 1000 volt, 11,000 volt. Okay, up to the range is given up to 11,000 volt, 20,000 volt, whatever highest range is available, you can use that small voltmeter to measure the higher voltages. How? By just using range extension. How can we extend the range of the voltmeter and ammeter? It doesn't include that the 11,000 volt or like 10,000 ampere is going to flow that meter. No, if that current if that highest current, if that high current will flow through the ammeter will get burnt. Okay, so our aim is to measure the highest ammeter. Our aim is to measure the high current and high voltage. Okay, by using voltmeter indicator, the readings will be proportionate to the current flowing through into the power lines. Okay, we will discuss how can we extend the range of the voltmeter and ammeter. Then we will discuss measurement of power. Measurement of power, actually this is the most important topic. We can measure the power in the three-phase line, three-phase load. Okay, by using single wattmeter method, by using 2 wattmeter method, by using 3 wattmeter method. What are the differences are available in their ways? Okay, what is the difference between 2 wattmeter method and 3 wattmeter method? Okay, what is the benefit of using the 2 wattmeter instead of 3 wattmeter? And how can we also measure the reactive power in the three-phase load? Okay, by using single wattmeter method. Different ways available. We will go one by one to cover all the topics. Then we will discuss measurement of R. Now R has been classified into three categories: low resistance, medium resistance, and high resistance. There are different methods to measure those values. Low resistance, medium resistance, high resistance. What are the drawbacks while measuring the medium resistance or high resistance? So that's why we just use the another method to measure the low resistance. Okay, like to ignore the voltage drop due to cable connections available in the circuit. Okay, then we will discuss AC bridges. We have measured the resistance value by different kind of methods. Like low resistance method will be there. We can use Kelvin's double bridge law. Medium resistance, high resistance, medium resistance method we can use Wheatstone bridge method, ammeter voltmeter method. Okay, for high resistance method we can use loss of charge method. Okay, so different kind of methods are available. Now to measure the inductance as well as the capacitance, we use different kind of bridges that are AC bridges. We can find out the inductance by different methods, like inductance can be measured by three AC bridges, three most important AC bridges. First, Anderson bridge method. Second, Maxwell bridge method. That's it, Maxwell inductance bridge method, Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge method. Another one is Hayes bridge. Okay, now these three bridges have their different requirements. Whenever you have to measure the quality factor of less than 1, you have to use Anderson bridge method. Whenever you want to measure the inductance of the quality factor between 1 to 10, then you will have to use Maxwell bridge. Whenever you want to measure the Hay bridge, the quality factor must be 10. So these are the methods. Now we will also discuss what is actually CRO. In CRO, first you have to understand, okay, what is actually CRO. It's a cathode ray oscilloscope. Okay, we can find out the deflection at the screen of the beam by using some formulas are given. We will study those formulas in this topic CRO. There is a one most important topic is also most important aspect is also available in CRO. We can also find out the phase difference between two waveforms. We have to initially apply those two waveforms to the terminal of the CRO, and by analyzing the Lissajous pattern we can find out what is the phase difference. Okay, so these are the topics. We will cover these topics into the measurement and instrumentation subjects. We will start from types of error. Again, let me tell you, we will start from types of error. We will go to analog meters. Where we will discuss many meters like analog, permanent magnet moving coil, permanent magnet moving iron. Okay, we will discuss range extension of voltmeter and ammeter. We will also discuss measurement of power. How can we find out the power? In this measurement of power, one of the most important topic is known as wattmeter method. Measurement of power can be measured by wattmeter method. We will discuss measurement of resistance for low value of resistance, for medium value of resistance, for high value of resistance. We will discuss AC bridges for measurement of L and C. We will discuss L, Anderson bridge available here, Maxwell bridge available here, Hay bridge is available here. We will also discuss for CRO. So this is the kind introduction of the contents of the measurement and instrumentation subjects, and this is helpful for three branches as I already told you. Instrumentation, electrical and electronics. Okay, so in the lecture number 1 we will cover types of